everyone, Jacqueline here. Today I just want to talk about the plant of the week that I'm loving right now in a cold climate gardening. I am in zone 3B. We are not a 4 yet, but I do push the limits on plants to a 4. But let me show you my creeping phlox, because right now in Saskatchewan, this is what's in full bloom. Nothing else has come into bloom too much yet. The dianthus and some of the other ones are getting there, but they're not quite there yet. So this is Purple Beauty. It is gorgeous. You can see in 1 year, this is one season where it's been in the ground for a full season. It was piled up with like 4 feet of snow on it, and it is just a hard working ground cover. I am loving this one. It's absolutely beautiful, and it looks great in the garden. I'm going to show you 2 more that are really pretty, and you can tell me in the comments which one you like best. Bailey decided to make an appearance here. We don't keep him out too much because the ticks are so bad, but he is happy to get out here and do his thing. And there's Rob, worn out from doing yard work. We've had a really crazy day, and I'm going to talk more about it here. This is Scarlet Flame. It's another moss phlox that I got at my local hardware store, and you can see the color that it brings to the bed. It's just gorgeous. I haven't seen any of this year, but if I can find it, I'll definitely be putting more in here, or after it's done blooming, I will split it. But I think this color is a real knockout along Matilda's garden area, and I need more of it because it's just bright and brilliant. And once I get this area all planted up with some annuals and things in here, it should be really pretty. But this is inspiring me with my whole pink color scheme this year. And this is a pink catmint. It's a light, soft pink. I did find another plant, and I will show you. I got them at Dutch Growers, and this one I'm definitely going to split and add more in here. We'll have soft pinks and light pinks. I've also got the dahlias planted in here in the background, right along the edge, and of course we've got pink roses in here. The climbers are finally starting to do a little bit here, and it's been very slow going. I'm going to move the irises out of here. I just threw them in there because I didn't have a place for them. This is called a blue creeping phlox. Right now it's a bit of a lavender tone in the light, but it's actually a real shade of blue. It's almost an iridescent blue with that striking purple center. I really like this one, and it's just called blue. And I think it's really pretty. That was the plant. Pretty much plant of the week was the creeping phlox. Tell me which one you like best out of the 3 colors. Definitely, if you see some of them out there and you like them, buy them because they're hard to find. They may come in later on this season again, so get some. If you have some of the colors, divide them. They're easy to divide. They go through a little bit of a shock, but then they're good. So what has happened to us today is this is my last day of vacation. I'm back to work tomorrow, and we had so much stuff happen today. It's just the way it worked out. They had to replace my power meter for a second time. Saskatchewan, there's been a bit of a power meter issue. Then they had to put a loop on it, so they had to bring in another team. We had to take the deck railing down for them to do it. And I lost power for a good couple of hours here. So that slowed us down. The car had to go in to get the winter tires off. So luckily Rob was home to help me with that. So it's just been a day of all sorts of little things having to be done, which has taken me away from the garden. So now it's evening here, and I am busy trying to catch up and work on this video to give you something. So I thought, okay, I'll show you the plant of the week, and now I'm going to show you how my Delphinium are doing in here. So these are my Delphinium, and they are due probably after a lot of years in here, maybe for a little bit of a feeding of some compost and manure. I've already put some vermiculite in here and some perlite to mix in. And then we need to stake these up. And I tell you, they are filling in nicely. They don't look like much in the spring, and I didn't show you what they look like because I've done those videos before where I've cut them back and that. But now it's time to give them a feeding. And I would say probably feeding them every 5 or 6 years with some fresh soil in that is a great idea to keep them going. But they aren't picky, and they love a sheltered spot here. You can see lots of the perlite that I need to work in. Oh, the joys of gardening. But here they are, and they're all coming along beautifully. This is going to be another great show, and I'm adding more to the garden this year in various spots. I'm just trying to determine where I'm going to put the seed down. So put your seed down, like I've mentioned in the previous videos, and keep it moist. If you put it on a bed of a fine potting soil or a fine soil, they root in much faster, but keep them moist because that's what they like, and they will germinate in about 2 weeks time. And we'll see how the ones do that I put seed down in the last video. Okay, let's look at what I got in my cart here that I'm working on. These are Annabelle hydrangeas that I showed you in another video, so these got to be planted. I have some ultraviolet luminescent phlox to get in the ground here. I also have, I wanted to show you something that I got that was kind of cool. Now what the heck was it? It's one of those videos. Obedient plant. Yes, yes, yes. I found my pink obedient plant. Here it is, rose crown. This is so pretty in the garden. You definitely need to add some of this. And I haven't seen it around for a while. So I got some pink, and I do have some white sitting somewhere, I believe. And it is just a gorgeous plant. So we're going to be planting this up in one of the videos too. I just haven't quite decided where I'm putting it. And of course you guys know I'm on a verbena kick this year with the pink verbenas. So another video coming, and I'm just going to give you a little bit of a teaser. You can see some white and some purple here. I'm not going to show you anything else because it ruins the video and then you don't want to watch it. And I need you guys to help me grow this channel to keep it going and to keep me motivated. So I need you guys to be watching the video and sharing the video if you don't mind. And I try not to say this too much because I feel like I'm being a broken record. Okay, I'm going to show you guys something else that I found this year that's been hard to find. And first of all, you can get it here. So if you're having trouble with your arborvitaes turning yellow, you want to get some of this evergreen plant food spikes that promote deep growth. But I found the granular, and let me show you that. This is the stuff you want to mix up and put on your arborvitaes if they're turning yellow. Besides putting the spikes in, give them a double dose. Mix this up in one of the fertilizer sprayers, or you can put it in a water jug and pour it on your arborvitae. This is the water soluble, acid loving evergreen food from Miracle-Gro. Really hard to find. I should get another one of these. It helps evergreens and acid loving plants thrive. This is what has saved my plants before, and I'm going to be using it again because I'm going to show you the deer damage that I have going on here. They're nasty. I already showed you the arborvitaes in the garden area. I'm going to show you the arborvitae on the tent side of where Rob stores his stuff, and show you what damage the deer did to one of my beautiful arborvitaes. Look at the damage. It's horrible what the deer did to these trees. They were all beautiful like those three, and look at that. And we raised them from about probably a foot high, and they were protected here and everything until that darn deer got in here. And by the time we found it got in here and boxed it off, it had done all this damage. So I'm going to use those products on this tree to save it. I refuse to take this out yet. No way in heck. I've done this before where I've saved them, and I'm going to do it again. You can see there's some new growth coming on the branches, so that's a good sign. They are not brittle. So it's just been munched on badly. So you can see and hear what he did, or what she did. It was young, so it's hard to tell, but I'm thinking it was a she. And you can see here what has happened. So the top is good and everything, but I need to save this portion and then water the heck out of it. So that's on the agenda. I might ask Rob if he can take care of this and look after this and pound those spikes in to get them done, because I'm just too darn busy right now to do it, so I could use a little help from him, and he's been really busy getting stuff done. But you can see here, what a mess. So I'm still working on these beds here. You can see we've been edging them out. Rob came and edged, we've been mowing, and I've been adding some more plants and just cutting things down. This is the next project coming up. I'm going to show you how I'm going to deal with these, and I won't be able to save those branches. I don't think we'll have a good look at them, but I definitely have a plan to deal with that. But things are coming along really nicely. Irises are starting to come into bloom. You can see the purple irises there. And then the hydrangeas are starting to leaf, and those are all very new, so they're buried in the back there. Over here, I added some gazana in here, and there are some plants that did not make the winter, some perennials actually, and so I'm dealing with that, figuring out what's what, or if they're just late to come up, and they need to be resolved and dealt with too, because it's looking a little bare. So that's it for this video. I'll leave you with one more shot of the beautiful scarlet flame phlox, moss phlox, and how gorgeous it is. I'll give you a close-up of the centers on it. And I highly recommend, if you see some, to get some and add it to your garden for some spring color. Thanks for watching, everyone. It looked like this was a little bit of a tour and an update and some tips on how to deal with some problems. Bye for now.